Hello and welcome back to Chulip. This is the final bonus episode. This is a wrap-up of all the things that we have missed, little or big. At least hopefully everything. If there's something that I don't know about and I can find it later, maybe I'll throw it in another bonus episode some other time. The first thing I need to mention is I actually forgot to give a very big credit in the finale. This entire Let's Play was inspired by a video by the channel Backseat called Chulip, the greatest detective game you've never played. And the person who made that video really talked a lot about how the game gives you a lot of the hints that you're supposed to use to solve puzzles, and how you're really meant to use the name card system and stuff like that. So that video provided a lot of inspiration, especially for the direction that I took the Let's Play, in terms of trying to find all the information organically. There's one thing that I may or may not show, and that is the golden poopy. The golden poopy is a very rare thing that you can find in the 4th area of the factory if the lazy guard is in that area. If you check the toilet after he uses it, there is a very low chance that you can find it. Guys, I tried. I gave it my best shot. It's very hard to even get the setup for that thing. If by some miracle I find it at a later date, maybe you'll see it in the video here, or maybe I'll post another video later. Maybe I'll do an April Fool's special in a year from now. But that is the one thing that I just was not able to show for you guys, and I'm very sorry. Without further ado, let's take a look at some things we missed. Starting with the continue screen. I see. Chuck is level 1. Poor kid. Continue from the bathroom in his house. You cannot skip through any of that. It started very slowly. You cannot make it go faster. We're in the very beginning of the game in the prologue because we forgot to do something, and also I wanted to show some alternate dialogue. I'm going to be talking to the girl and choosing the options that we didn't choose the first time, and then showing off one other thing. Hello? Nice to meet you. I'm Linda. I live in Long Life Town. Hey, do you want to give me a kiss? No. I know. You won't kiss someone you've just met. By the way, what's your name? It's a secret. I already know anyways. You are Chuck. You moved to the 3rd district, the poor boy. No. Liar. I already know you were poor. By the way, you've never kissed, have you? Yes, I have. You can't lie to me. You have to be honest and say you don't know what you don't know. In this town, people kiss using the triangle button. But you can't kiss people that easily. Usually they'll get angry. Understood? Nope. You're poor and stupid, Chuck. You are not my type at all. So you can go through and just be stubborn and lie about everything. It doesn't have any effect on the game in the end, but you get some different text. And if you come in here, what happens if you try to kiss Dad? You want to kiss, Chuck? You won't get experience by kissing me. Go out and find someone else. Once the prologue is over, you cannot get that dialogue anymore. Alright, I'll meet you back in just a second for some more dialogue that we missed. If you talk to Cheapot again after he tells you that Rocky is gone, he will actually say something different. You can walk slowly by tilting the left analog stick. Rocky, where are you? I think I even made a comment in the original Let's Play about how I wish they'd taught you how to do that earlier, so there you go, I was wrong. You just have to go a little bit out of your way. Here's some text we missed the first time through. If you go to sleep or talk to Dad before you get the scene at the train station, but after you see the scene in the park, then you get this event. There is something new in the paper. According to the paper, a teacher at local junior high, Dan Yamada, 39, is missing. Let's see. Mr. Yamada was born in a town famous for soccer. He was a member of the junior national team, and his hobby is soccer. Spelled incorrectly. Maybe he can kick the rock off the tracks. Find Mr. Yamada. What has the world come to? Also, have a good day, Chuck. If you try to talk to Dad in the wrong spot, if you want to talk, sit right there. He will give you extra dialogue, and it can be actually kind of tricky to find the right spot after that. Alright, be right back. I wanted to show you the whole saga of Mr. Yamada and what he does and how his whole progresses. If you talk to him after you've seen the scene of him getting mugged in the cemetery, but before you get before you turn in any of the pieces of the love letter set, he'll say this. Darn it, darn it. Not much to say, hasn't really started digging his hole yet. We'll be back once I've turned in a piece of the set. Once you've received any of the pieces of the love letter set, this will happen to Yamada here. You don't have to turn them in, and it doesn't matter how many pieces you have. This is what will happen. He'll be about halfway buried under the sand. My stupid, stupid, stupid life. What is my happiness? So Mr. Yamada here is not feeling too great. I'll be back to show you his next step in just a sec. When you've received all 3 pieces of the love letter set, you can come back here, and Mr. Yamada is completely buried underground. Ugh. It's okay. I'm fine as I am. If you say so, sir. See you soon. I'm going to show you all the different things that Mr. Suzuki can say if you ask him how he is. This is the first time you can ask. This is before you've seen anything with him and Yamada in the park. How are you? I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. My colleague wants to consult with me about something. We are meeting at the park on the other side of the town. I wonder what he wants to talk to me about. The park is across the big street with traffic lights. Alright, be right back. If you talk to Mr. Suzuki after he fixes the crosswalk button but before you see the scene in the park, he'll say this. I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. My colleague wants to consult with me about something. We are meeting at the park on the other side of the town. I wonder what he wants to talk to me about. The park is across the big street with traffic lights. The traffic lights? They should be working fine. I've fixed them. Be right back. If you talk to Mr. Suzuki right after you've seen the scene in the park, he'll say this. I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. What? You overheard our conversation? How embarrassing. Don't worry, grown-ups have their own issues too. Mr. Yamada, I hope he doesn't do anything stupid. Be right back. If you talk to Mr. Suzuki after you found Yamada on the bridge but before you see the scene on the train station, he'll say this. I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. What? He was on the bridge on the other side of... Probably other side of town? I see. He's very sulky. But he is an adult working in the real world. I know he will come back to work. Be right back. If you talk to Mr. Suzuki after you've seen the scene at the train station but before you go see Yamada get jumped by the other teachers, he'll say this. I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. Grown-ups are rusty. But don't think everyone is like Mr. Yamada. Chuck, sorry to involve you in a grown-up's problem. Please get the love letter set back from Mr. Yamada. See you soon. This is what happens when you talk to him after you've seen the scene of Yamada getting attacked and the teachers taking all the parts of the love letter set. How are you? I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. I can't believe those retired teachers would do such a thing. Teaching is sacred. They must realize that now. Chuck, you must get the love letter set back from them. Be right back. If you talk to Mr. Yamada after you've given him all of the pieces of the love letter set, he'll say this. I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. Hi there. Thank you, thank you. I'll let you use the letter set anytime you want. See you soon. Finally, if you talk to Mr. Suzuki after you've written the love letter, he'll say this. I'm doing fine, sort of. Grown-ups have their own issues. They clearly meant to put something in there because he makes a sound, but there is no text. He has nothing else to say to us. I'll see you back in just a second. Here's the dialogue that we missed when I checked this after kissing Miss Thickglasses. Thank you very much for taking care of our student. Since you gave Miss Thickglasses, I assume that's supposed to say since you gave Miss Thickglasses a kiss, she started coming to school. Ah, we are very happy. In fact, she was observing Linda, and we put together her reports to make a diagram. And from that moment on, you have her diagram. Alright, be back in a second. I think I forgot to show some of Chulip's text when I was examining him before. If you talk to him before he sits in his rocking chair when he's still going to turn the music on, he says this. What is that? Who's there? Long Life Town is dark at night. Light balls were all broken as if. I think he means light bulbs, but that's okay. See you soon. We have almost all of the items in the game, but one thing that we have not completed is our movie collection. If you come to Chulip, he sells a bunch of movies, and we are going to buy all of them. First of all, we've got the Taniguchi film, which is really cheap, only 180Z. 180Z. Then the Katsushi film for 1,980Z, which the rest of the movies will cost. The Yukiyoshi film. The Maihara film. The Kurashima film. And that's it. We now have all of the movies. Alright, see you in a bit. There's a few things in the bathhouse that we didn't see the first time we were in here. First of all, you'll notice we're here early. That's because we didn't watch Leo come in here. If you come in from another screen, he's actually in here more around like 5:30, 5:45. Let's check out this scale. Scale. Chuck weighs 122 pounds. If you try to go in with your clothes on. Hey, you there. Take off your clothes before getting in. And funnily enough, because of the way everything worked out with the Turtle Boy and the police, we've never actually left normally. Done already? Yes. Come again. We are open every day. Alright, see you in a bit. There's a couple more things I need to show you about Leo. First of all, we've always shown him the right frog because we got our frog at the temple, but he has different dialogue for the wrong frog. Oh, a frog? The ones with red dots? They forgot to finish that. Here, let me see. It has red dots on the back. Gross. And there's some other dialogue we didn't see if we asked for some tea. I know, you want some tea. You can do this as many times as you want, whenever you want. And if you've given him all the herbs, regardless of whether you've done this before or finished Mika, he will do them all again. I have already done this on this file, and you've seen me do it. I guess we just give him lifetime supplies of each of these flowers. Okay, make yourself at home. How are you doing, Chuck? You remind me of myself when I was young. My good old days. Tea is getting cold. Here, tea is getting cold. Alright. You can say that, skip the story, and everything else will still progress as normal. Good. It reminds me of my young days. It was good, very good. Alright, I'll see you in just a second. Here's what happens if you try to see the crane without the crane feather. He hurts you pretty good. You can't move around during that. It's automatically going to take you back down. So you must have the crane feather if you're going to do this part of Chulip's quest. See you soon. Just for fun, let's see what happens if we commit a crime in front of the police now that we have been arrested and been revived. You are smoking again. It's a crime for kids to smoke. This crime stamp has been recorded already. When you get 3 crime stamps, you'll be sent to the graveyard. Be careful. You cannot get 2 crime stamps for committing the same crime. While we're here, let's see how much the space banana heals for. It is a full heal. Very, very useful. See you in a second. Here's the letter we missed from Daniel. Dear sir, I practice with local junior high swimming team now. Everyone there is talking about you. I heard people call you Lady Killer these days. I broke my personal record the other day. Chuck, good luck. Swimmer Daniel. Here's Hasty Wizard's Hole. We didn't see this in the main Let's Play. (2-3) Worldly Desire Temple. Hasty Wizard's Life. Age 20,000, hobby jogging. The saying of the day is, you must take care of your body, or you'll have trouble walking someday. Alright, that's that. Be back in a bit. Here's Jigsaw's Hole. We somehow missed this in the main LP, I guess because I was so focused on trying to get his kiss. You can see he's working on a puzzle back there. Age 7, hobby handcraft. The saying of the day is, I lost my peace. I'm searching for myself. I have so many puzzle pieces, but I can't find the most important piece, me. That one is too big. This one is too small. I'm looking for myself. I believe that's all of the holes now. See you soon. There's a scene for Thief Tiptoe the Fourth that we didn't see. If you look in his hole after Julie has started going to the temple, but before he steals anything, you can see this. The saying of the day is, date XXXXL tried to sneak in, or I think that's I tried to sneak in, but unfortunately I was too short to reach the safe. I need a change of plans. The target is Julie's secret savings. 8 a.m., get moving. 8:20 a.m., sneak in. 8:25 a.m. 9:40 a.m., get out. 10 a.m., return. So you get a detailed schedule for his little heist. Thought that was pretty cool. See you in a bit. This is what happens if you tell the monk you do not want to hear the story about Belle's past. Skip it. Blur, blur, blur. That's the story. Please forgive me. And the rest proceeds as normal. Here's what happens if you tell Belle she can't stay at the temple. Maybe not. Right. I'm not my father's daughter. But, I don't care if I didn't share the same blood with him. I want to stay at the temple. I want to stay with my father. I don't care anymore. Thank you, Chuck. Thanks to you, my father as well. In return, I'll give you this. And things proceed normally. See you soon. If you go back and visit the teacher, sometimes they say something different. Miss Iwata doesn't, so I won't be showing it. But this guy does. Also, I'm lonely. Come to visit me sometimes. You must take care of your ancestors. And also, I should probably explain the whole joke behind the gong. Somebody in the comments pointed this out to me. It's in a pinned comment where they left it. But in Japanese, very good is totemo yoi. And that's why the gong goes yoi. It is literally a gong that sounds good. Here's what happens if you come back and talk to this teacher. You seem to be busy, Mr. President. See you soon. I want to show what happens if you mess up 20-year-old guy, because I've heard people before wondering what happens if you get him and you miss him, or you get him and he goes back underground. If you walk past him 50 times and do not kiss him, he will no longer react to you that day. You have to wait until the next day to get him. Luckily, he's not frozen forever, so I'll show you how to get him again in just a second. We're back, it's the next day. I'm just gonna show you that all you have to do is walk past him once, and he's ready for kissing again. So don't worry about 20-year-old guy, he is impossible to mess up. There's something we missed during the aliens quest. If you examine the computer before putting the funny cola in, something is written on the screen. They conveniently forgot to tell us what's written on the screen. I've heard that in the Japanese version, they actually give you the alien words for funny cola, or for like insert juice or something like that. We've already talked about juice and why that's a bad translation to begin with. But yeah, that's pretty unforgivable if they just forgot to say that. That solves the entire problem with the funny cola. See ya. I want to take the opportunity to talk about the bushes in Funny Bone City. I've figured out, at least I think I've figured out, what you can find in all these. In this bush, you can find Big Poopy, Heart Chocolate, and tobacco. Tobacco sells for 500 Z, so this is a great way to get money. In this bush, you can find Big Poopy, Hot Sweet Potato, and Go-Go comics. In this bush, you can find tires, Big Poopy, Huge Poopy, and Funny Cola. So in this area, you can find Funny Cola and tires, which are things that they make at the factory. In here, you can find some food and comics, which I would assume that some of the workers use. And in the other bush, you can find snacks and cigarettes, which again, I assume the workers use. This is actually the most valuable money grinding spot, aside from the manure can, but the manure can is very, very luck-based. This right here can give you the most money in the entire game because the Go-Go comics sell for 980 Z or 960, something like that. So I just wanted to make a note of that. See you soon. Here's what happens if you get discovered in the factory and get thrown out. You get pretty hurt, and then you have to wait for the conductor to take you all the way back. Despite being the president, we're still not allowed here after hours. And we're out just in time for it to start all over again. See you back in a second. Here's what happens if the conductor catches you in the train. Please do not get on without a permission. Not a whole lot happens. It's a quick way out, and you don't take any damage, surprisingly enough. I guess the guy is nice and doesn't call the guards. Alright, see you in a second. Let's talk about Dad's newspaper. If you have him read the third story to you, he'll tell you about a resident in the game that hasn't been kissed yet. It's not that interesting for the underground residents because he says the same thing every time, but he does have special text for the above ground residents as well, and also for a few events that happen during the game, like the UFO. So I'm going to show you one of the underground residents and then all of the special text that you can get. According to the paper, a resident of Long Life Town, Chopper, is staying home all by himself. Go give him a kiss, Chuck. That's the text that you get for all of the underground residents. The only thing that changes is the name. I'm not going to commentate the rest because of the way you have to set things up to get these scenes. You have to sleep, and then you have to make sure that there's not a lot of other options. So I'm recording this over a long span of time. So I'm just going to be quiet and we can watch the messages. Guess who found the gold poopy? Yeah! Let's get rid of something for that for sure. Alright, I'll show you what that sells for in just a second. We have a couple of very special things to sell. What do you want to sell? First of all, the space banana is 7800Z. And then, our very special gold poopy, is 2500Z. We are rich. Let's take a look at some alternate dialogue from Mika. Hi, welcome. It's been a while since I had the last customer. My name is Mika. Nice to meet you. Please make yourself at home. Hey, do you want some tea? No thanks. Really? It's very good. I know you want to drink my tea. Yes, please. Really? I'm so happy. I'll bring it right away. So, did you like it? Bad. I still can't get over the face. Was it bad? Sorry. I can't taste things well lately. I'll make it again if you want. I'll make it delicious this time. Give me a second. It's not any better the second time, but this gives me a chance to show off something else we didn't see, which is the game over screen for Long Life Town. For the temple. Game over. If you sit and wait on the game over screen for long enough, the local teacher character for the area will come and jump on you. Alright, I'll be back in just a second to show the rest of Mika's dialogue, and I'll show the other game over screens soon too. Alright, let's see what happens if you choose some other stuff. So-so. That's good. Okay, now I know I'm still pretty good. People think you have to pick delicious there, but you don't. You can actually continue by saying so-so. Hey, can you listen to me? Maybe next time. Okay. Thanks for drinking my tea. Just like when you're having tea with Leo, if you say that, it skips the story, but nothing else bad happens. You can pick up with Mika from right where you left off, and the next one will be the next one in the sequence. Alright, see you soon. Here's one more bit of dialogue from Mika that we missed. If you talk to her the third time, and she asks if you were the one who came earlier, if you say, no, wasn't me. Oh, really? Sorry, how rude of me. You look just like the boy who came in the other day. Oh well, nice to meet you. Welcome. Do you want some tea? And then she goes on her normal spiel. I believe that's it for Mika. See you in a bit. Here's the game over screen for Long Life Town. Yamada comes over, gives you a kick, and walks away. Here's the game over screen for Scarecrow Field. Mizawada comes over to step on our face. That can't be pleasant. Alright, see you soon. Here's the game over screen for the factory. And here comes Mr. Saito to come squish us. Not very nice, these teachers. Alright, see you soon. Let's take a look at the end of the game and what happens if you fail any of these little mini games. Me? You picked me? Yes. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Nope. You take some damage, but then you're able to try again. I'll see you in the next room. Let's see what happens if you fail this part of the trials. Huh, I see. Court is adjourned. Tonight's dinner is grilled Julie. Let's enjoy grilled human. And that's instant death. Here's the game over screen down here, which is different than the normal Long Life Town game over screen. Who will come to make us feel even worse? Our own father. What a shame. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, let's hear some testimony from some people that we don't really want to hear testimony from. Yes, a big fan of her I used to be. Every year, I still send her gifts. But I don't care about her anymore. Her grilled chicken is not good. Give her the death penalty. Her grilled chicken is terrible. Guilty, guilty! Give her the death penalty. She has neck-kick-dab disease. She hasn't recovered completely yet. But she keeps cooking grilled chicken. Of course, I tried to stop her. She was spreading her disease. Give her the death penalty. Please let me give testimony. I love bitter food. Her grilled chicken is burnt. It's very good. She is the best. Hee hee hee. She is my old friend. But I have no motivation to help her. She brought her grilled chicken to my tea party once. It was terrible. I was offended. Give her the death penalty. Julie? She is good at singing. But honestly, I don't really like her. She tells me my songs are bad. She needs to realize how bad her grilled chicken is, haha. Give her the death penalty. Hee hee. Julie's grilled chicken? It tastes very good. It tastes like burnt eggplants. Hee hee hee. I like drinking, but her grilled chicken, burnt, not good. Give her the death penalty. Let's try that again. All the witnesses have taken the stand. Now, having considered the opinions of humans, I will tell you the verdict. Not only she cooks grilled chicken, she also started a club that is offensive to chickens. The club is called Grilled Chicken. She is absolutely cruel. I think they're talking about the signs that you can see around the town. The defendant, Julia Arashiyama, is guilty of slander and murder. The defendant is sentenced to be grilled with no possibility of parole. The defendant's counsel is also guilty. Tonight's dinner is grilled defendant and the counsel. Let's munch, munch, munch. Creepy. And that's another instant game over. It's worth noting that as long as you get the testimony of Michelle and Mrs. Plum, it doesn't matter how many other mistakes you make. You just have less health going into the next section. There's nothing in the next section that we haven't seen already, so I'll stop there. I'll see you soon. Okay, guys, we are almost done here. But before we end for good, there is one more thing we have to do. There's no special text. You can buy more than one. It's the most, one of the most expensive items and possibly the most useless. And now it is ours, the permanent free pass. Thank you so much for watching this Let's Play. Who knows, if I find out more about something later, maybe I'll post an update. But I don't know. People are finding out more information about this game all the time, so it could happen. But whatever ends up happening, thank you for watching, and I really hope you've come to appreciate Chulip just as much as I have. Goodbye!
はい。Everybody was telling you this. Like what everybody telling you, like what? Everybody was telling you this.